Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and in this video I want to talk about when and how to burn bridges and whether or not you're burning bridges for the right reasons. Because let's face it, most of us burn bridges when we are drained, when we are insecure, or when another person is drained, insecure, and making mistakes that are temporary based on the current situation. And you have more influence over it than you think. So, if you're new to the channel and if you like personal development, entrepreneurship, and technology, make sure to subscribe because we have many goodies for you. Burning bridges. This is something I'm very passionate about because I see so many people every day burn so many bridges because they get offended, because they get hurt. And honestly, I get it. You have valid reasons to get hurt, and yes, you should have self-respect and you should never justify abuse. But what I want you to reflect about is whether or not the situations that you are getting upset about are a temporary thing that you can fix, or whether this is a permanent thing where it really makes sense to part ways. As a leader, I have to make that judgment call every single day, whether I focus on putting out a fire or letting go some staff. And I will tell you, most times I choose putting out the fire, retraining the person, educating the person on the relevant context, taking time to understand that person, try to figure out what's influencing that person to act the way they're doing, and help boost them up and uplift them to eliminate their insecurities, to give them more energy and mental clarity, to become a better version of themselves, and therefore reducing the conflict, the drama, and the mistakes. With this in mind, I ask you to reflect. Do you take time to try to understand, educate, and bridge the gap? Or do you react based on your instinct and emotions and regret it later because maybe you burned a bridge that you shouldn't have burned? I think we've all burned bridges prematurely. I don't think anyone is exempt from this, but I think some people are more prone to this than others, and you have to identify on which camp you are. Because there are also people that put up with a bunch of bullshit that they shouldn't. I think you need a balanced approach. That's what has worked for me. In the past, I put up with everything, abuse and everything, because I was overly empathetic and I made excuses for everything. And that I don't recommend. It is important that in your process of self-respect, there should also be respect for others, empathy for others, and curiosity to understand the why and the how a situation has come to develop the way it has. When you take that time, wow, you can fix things. I tell you, here at the office, we have a bunch of full-time staff. I swear I have considered firing every single person that's here in some moment, because everyone here in some moment has either let me down or has offended me or has hurt me or has really done something to someone else on the team that has been really hard to forgive. But in most cases, it's because they were very insecure, or they were uneducated about the situation, or they didn't have the full context, or they really were feeling excluded or feeling like something was unfair, and then they reacted in a certain way based on those temporary situations that had a very easy fix. But it really required me taking the time to understand the situation to fix it. Now, I'm proud of the fact that we have a very low turnover rate, and frankly, almost every single person that we've hired is still with us, is loyal here, and is happy here because we have made sure to always listen and understand and support every individual based on their personal needs, based on their personality, their instincts, their goals, their traumas, their insecurities. And by taking into account all that context, we've been able to not burn bridges prematurely. This doesn't just apply to business. This applies to your relationships as well. There are certain family members and certain loved ones that I'm sure offend you, that hurt you, that mess up all the time, but maybe it's because they have a different instinct, a different education, different goals, different things affecting them in that moment where they're insecure, they're drained, where they feel a little lost, where they feel paralyzed, and they're misstepping and saying the wrong things, but not because they have bad intentions or because it's personal. In fact, it's probably just a reflection of what they're going through in that moment. You have to ask yourself this. This is what I've done. The easiest way to know whether you should burn a bridge or not is to ask, does this person have gratitude for me? If they have gratitude for me, I'm gonna be more patient with them and support them more. If this person takes me for granted and nothing I do is ever good enough for them and they always find flaws in what I do, I'm more likely to burn that bridge and find other people to surround myself by that see the best in me and bring out the best in me. The other thing I do is I ask myself, the majority of the time, are they good to me or are they bad to me? If they're good to me the majority of the time, but the minority of the time, yes, they misstep, they do things that I'm uncomfortable about, then I will be more tolerant because the majority of the time is worth it. And then it's just figuring out, why is there this minority of the time that's problematic? I have people on the team here that every day test my patience, but also every day contribute to me and support me, and I go, okay, I get it. He's going through something right now. He's going through some anxiety, some depression, or lost a family member, or has something going on right now. I'll help him through it, and I won't take it so personally when he says this or does that. No big deal, because I know that every day he's there for me and has gratitude for me. But if I see someone really constantly devalue me, put me down, and not value me whatsoever, and not put any effort into personal growth or understanding things and solving things, then sure, it's a lost cause and move on. You know, there are certainly some people in your life that are sucking the life out of you, and I've done that. I have certain family members who I love dearly, but I've learned that after years of attempts to reconcile, to have a healthy relationship, I've learned they have no desire to fix things. They have no desire to actually put in their end of the work, and they will always find problems in what I'm doing because they are addicted to feeling like victims. They are addicted to feeling like they're right and that they have to justify their bad behaviors. So in those cases, I have learned to put some distance. Even though I love them, I have realized that spending time with them sucks the life, energy, and confidence out of me, and the more apart I am from them, the better. So yeah, that's called self-respect. And yes, there's certainly some bridges you need to burn. Just make sure you're not burning bridges prematurely. So whenever you want to burn a bridge, just take the time to reflect. What's going on? Are they really contributing to me or not? Are they putting in effort or not? Is there some very clear reason why this is happening right now, and is there a solution? Or is it time to part ways because we have different goals, different ways of doing things, or different commitment levels? And that's okay as well. If you realize it's time to part ways, do it. Do it with confidence, not with drama. And do it with respect and gratitude for the good, and with acknowledgement of the bad as well. So that's my tip for today. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a like. If you loved it, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to be notified when we have more videos, please ring the bell. Have a good one, and see you in the next video.